All right, so we're moving into sigma notation, the sums. This is the information that's going to be used on your take-home quiz. All right, so if we have I equal 1 to n, so the little I is changing from 1 to n. The c is a constant, and a constant can be pulled outside. If we have some a sub I and b sub I being added or subtracted, we can actually separate the sums into two sums. Okay, so here's some formulas you won't need to memorize. They'll just be used on your take-home quiz. If I am adding up a number c n times, so think about that, add up a number c n times, so c plus c plus c plus c, and there's n of them, that's n times c. And so that's what this is. There's n of them, then we have cn. We're going to be using that quite often. If I have I equal 1 to n, I'm adding up 1, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up to n. What that equals is n times n plus 1 divided by 2. N times n plus 1 divided by 2. If I'm adding up I squared from 1 to n, this is the sum, and I cubed, this is the sum. So again, you will not need to memorize it. You just get to use them. Okay, so let's use it here. So this is a fraction. I'm going to need to separate it. So I equal 1 to n, I over n squared plus 1 over n squared. All right, and so it's the I that is changing. So this 1 over n squared can come outside of the sum, I equal 1 to n. And then plus this 1 over n squared can come outside, so it's really just me adding up 1 n times. All right, so looking at what I've got here, so this can be replaced with this. So I have 1 over n squared times, and now I'm going to be putting in what the formula is, so n times n plus 1 all over 2. Plus 1 over n squared, and now I'm going to be putting in what this sum will be. So this is adding up the number 1 through n times, so that's going to be n times 1, or just n. I just put that 1 in for emphasis. So that's, we're going to worry about doing simplifying later, but that's, I guess we could just write it n times n plus 1 over 2n squared plus 1 over n. All right, let's do one more here. So I've got lots to piece apart here. So let's first separate around this addition. So I have the sum of I squared plus 1/5 and the sum of I minus 2. I equal 1 to n, I equal 1 to n. All right, so I could go and substitute what this is right away. So this is this one up here, so n times n plus 1, 2n plus 1 all over 6, plus 1/5 times, and I'm going to need to separate this around the subtraction. So I'll have 1/5 times the summation of I minus 1/5 times the summation of 2. All right, so this here, I can use this sum up here. So we'll carry this one down. Over 6 plus 1/5 times n plus 1 over 2. And then minus 1/5 times, so think about this one. This is adding up 2n times. So that uses this again, yes? So this will be 2n. And so again, we'll be worrying about and working on simplifying for reasons. For now, let's just leave those.